Welcome to another video, guys. Today I will give you a Hearthstone Hall of Fame complete guide. This is one of the best methods of gaining tons of extra dust, so make sure you understand how to do it, and you will come out very ahead. Hall of Fame is a complicated matter, but this video should give you all of the answers to your questions, so stick around to the end. If you still have questions after watching this video, drop a comment below or just drop by my stream and you can be sure I will do everything I can to answer them. Now, let's get into it. Let's start off by saying that we still don't have information about what the Hall of Fame cards will be, but there should be an announcement any day now. My educated guess would be that we're gonna get the announcement on Tuesday or on Thursday, since those are the usual dates for announcements like that. Last year, we got the announcement on February the 28th, which was a Thursday, so now the 3rd and the 5th of March should be our prime suspects. You can be sure that I will put out a dedicated, detailed video about what you should do to get the maximum dust when the cards get announced, so make sure to drop a subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss the video. I also want to clarify what exactly does Hall of Fame mean too, because there are so many people that mistake Hall of Fame with nerfs or just the annual usual set rotation, which is simply not the case. A Hall of Fame is when a card that shouldn't be moving to Wild moves to Wild. Usually that would be classic cards, but last year we did have a precedent with the Witchwood cards, so nobody is really safe. Hall of Fame cards are not always cards that are overpowered, but can be cards that limit future card design. Cards with unique effects and cards that enable crazy interactions, along with other too powerful cards, are usually the ones we expect getting Hall of Famed. Now, for a normal year set rotation, you don't really get anything, other than the option to just disenchant those cards for their normal dust value, just like you would dust any other regular card. There's no strategy here. If you're not a Wild player and you don't plan on becoming one, you just disenchant those cards as soon as they rotate out, and that's it. With the nerfed cards, the strategy is to disenchant the legendary nerfed cards and start opening as much as you can from the packs that contain the highest number of nerfed cards for the next 2 weeks, where you get to disenchant them for their full dust value. I've done that many times and I've always benefited greatly from it. On the last big nerf of the DoD expansion, I did open an extra regular Alexstrasza and an extra golden Alexstrasza. And on the last nerf of Boomsday cards, I think I opened more than 7 Dr. Booms and Galaxies combined, and a ton of the other extra cards as well, so it's really worth doing it, if you can spare some extra gold during those 2 weeks. Now let's talk about the strategy with Hall of Fame. Here you get the full dust refund for the maximum amount of playable cards in a deck for each nerfed card. This means you get a full refund for each 2 unique commons, 2 rares, 2 epics, and for each unique legendary card. People do get confused with the term maximum number of playable cards in a deck, so let me clarify once more, just to be sure. You can fit only 2 fairy dragons in a deck and 1 Leroy, for instance, so if those get Hall of Famed, you will get 2 times 400 dust and 1 times 1600 dust for the Leroy, even if you had 10 regular dragons. If you have 2 regular dragons and 2 golden dragons and 1 regular Leroy and 1 golden Leroy, the game will prioritize golden copies, meaning you will get 2 times 400 dust for the common and 1 times 1600 for the Leroy. From the chart you can notice that I have combined the columns for regular and golden for that reason. Now let's go into the 6 possible scenarios in which you can find yourself in and what you can do about it. If you don't have the cards and you don't want to keep them after they go to Hall of Fame and you want maximum dust, craft them all in golden and dust them right after they go into Hall of Fame and Wild. Once they rotate, when you log in the game for the first time after that, you will get a refund screen. As soon as you see that refund screen, you are free to disenchant those cards for the extra dust and you can enjoy it. If you don't have the cards and you want to keep them after they go to Hall of Fame, craft them in golden and receive a full refund after they go to Hall of Fame. As long as you have the dust to craft them, this way you will receive them for free, since when they rotate out to Wild, you will get a full refund for them. If you have the regular versions of the card and you don't want to keep them for maximum dust. Generally, you don't want to do anything here, cause you won't benefit from it. With the risk of totally confusing you, I have to say that common cards are an exception here. Let me go into detail here, because 99% of people get lost in this one, including me when I've had a beer. Let's bring back the first chart. As you can notice, if you have 2 regular copies of Fairy Dragons for instance, on half day you will receive 80 dust for the 2 copies. and you can dust it for 10 extra for a total of 90 dust. If you, however, craft these same 2 common cards in golden as well, for 2 times 400 dust now, for a total of 800 dust, on half day you will receive your 800 dust back, and you will be able to disenchant those 2 golden cards for 50 dust each, instead of 40. So in conclusion, you invest 800 dust, and on half day you receive 800 dust back. And you can dust the golden ones for a total of 100 dust, and the 2 regular copies for 10 dust, for a total of extra dust gain of 110, instead of 90. It's pretty confusing, so you might just want to ignore this one, since you will close 800 dust for 20 dust gain, which would only be okay for the ones with tons of extra dust. Here is a visualization of why you don't gain anything from crafting golden rare, epic or legendary if you already own the common copies. I'm pretty sure I will still get asked a lot in the comments about this, but as a wise man once said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This video is more than 1,000 words, but still. If you have the regular cards and you want to keep them, again, don't do anything. This would be for the people that don't have the extra dust to craft the cards in golden for free. If you have the regular cards and you want to upgrade them to golden, craft them in golden. You will get the cards for free after the half hits, and you get to disenchant the regular versions for some extra dust. If you're going for this scenario, you would be free to disenchant the cards even before the Hall of Fame hits. You have the cards in golden. Don't do anything, just sit back and enjoy your extra dust once the Hall of Fame hits. Now, since we don't live in a perfect world, where everybody has tons of extra dust laying around, let's talk about what you can do if you don't have the dust for all of the cards in golden. Here, the biggest return on investment comes from the golden legendaries, so that should be your priority. You invest 3200 dust and you get back 1600 dust, which is a 50% return. If you don't have that much dust, you can just craft the legendary for 1600 dust, and you will receive 400 dust, which is a 25% return on investment. The situation with golden epics is exactly the same, again 25%. From there on down, the situation goes worse and worse. So do everything you can to craft the golden legendaries and the golden epics first. You have at least 1 more month to gather the extra dust, so do your best to craft those, and only craft the cheaper cards once you're left with no other options. Just to clarify once more, you will not gain extra dust from disenchanting your regular copies and crafting golden copies instead, except for commons. Look at the pictures from example 3 if you need to make sure for yourselves. In conclusion, stop crafting cards, save your dust, and wait for the Hall of Fame announcement, so you can get the most bonus dust from it. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Drop by the channel again when the half cards are announced, so you see exactly what you need to do to get your maximum dust from it. If you enjoyed the video, a like and a subscribe would be amazing. Thanks for watching, I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video.